Hey y'all, I hope everybody's doing well. I know it seems like I always apologize when I come on, but y'all, I feel bad for not making the videos like I've been doing. It's just so much going on, and it's not even outside of the home. It's, you know how it's so hard to do anything when your spouse usually goes to work and now they're home. It messes up your routine. So it has messed up mine. I enjoy him being home, I honestly do, but it's messed up everything in the way I do stuff. So that's why Monday's video did not get filmed. Plus I really didn't have time to stitch. I just haven't had the time. So he goes to the doctor tomorrow and gets his stitches out because he was cut here to here. It looks like it's healing. For those who are new, let me rephrase this. For those that are new, my husband had to have his thyroid out due to cancer, and we're praying that God heals his body. And so he made a funny. We don't really celebrate Halloween, but he's like, well, at least I have a costume now. I look like Frankenstein. And I busted out laughing. I was like, that's cool. That's a great way to look at it. So anyway, I wanted to show you progress on my scrap ball. Now, I've told y'all, this is a video I found on the YouTubes. And basically you take your scraps, do chaining, and then chain them together. Look at my scrap ball. Now these I'm not weaving in because they're secure. This joint is secure. I just leave them there to let me know that, hey, I'm coming up to a joint. But you know, I've got stuff, and then I put my scraps in here. I've got another coffee bucket, and I'm kind of thinking I may start another scrap ball, because this one, okay, this is a big old 1 pound 10-ounce bucket, or those that are not 734 grams of coffee bucket. It's barely sitting in there. I mean, it's barely. And what I want to have happen, because this is a big ball, I don't want to have to go get well, you know, I could go to the Dollar Tree, because I want this to be big, right? But I also want the idea of being able to set it into this and have it come out of a hole at the top so that it'll continue to unwind. I don't want this to fly everywhere. I have a yarn bowl, but if this is going to be as big as I want it to be, it's not going to fit in that yarn bowl. So I may go down to the Dollar Tree. It's great that we have a Dollar Tree like less than 2 miles from our house. It's fantastic. I know, I'm trying to dox myself, ain't I? I love that Dollar Tree because of the neighborhood we live in. I don't know how to say this without feeling we're better than everybody, because we're not. We live in an older neighborhood with a bunch of older, I don't want to call them rich, well-to-do folks. And so our Dollar Tree is nice. And the air conditioner, I bet you that air conditioner set on like 62. It is so cold in there. I want to drag a pillow and a blanket and go lay in one of the aisles. But I'm not. So, I think I've showed this to you before. No, that's cross stitch. Okay, the other one I want to show you is, I don't remember, because I recently got this done-ish, and I can't remember if I have shown you. But y'all remember that piece of of long strand of pot holder loops that I was looping together. Well, here's what it finished. And this guy is chunky. He's super thick. So this is for like, here in Texas, we use a lot of stock pots because we make food for like 40 people. Seriously, we make so much food. And so we use big pots. Why we make that much food, I don't know. But we do. So, anyway, so how I joined it together is I did take cotton yarn and I just slip stitched it together. So yeah, I'm currently making them because I don't, like I said, I've got to buy more loops, and that's gonna happen. I will take care of it eventually, but I'm taking what reds and whites I have and making a peppermint looking one for my Mimo. Her house is decorated with, I'm not even joking, thousands of Santas. And she loves peppermint and candy canes because that's what it's mixed with. She loves the red and the white. So I'm trying to make her, because she has a big giant kitchen bar where she cooks. You know, those kind of houses that have the bougie stuff. I'm feeling spicy today. I'm sorry. So I'm going to make her some small ones that probably just go like this, where she can set hot stuff on and not ruin her marble countertops. So that's what I'm going to do for hers. I did find a pattern, and I will try to do a video Monday. Hopefully things are back, because he should be going to work Friday. And I'll show you the pattern I did find for her. It's candy canes, and then it says 5 cents. I thought that was a really cool idea. I bought it. All my patterns, if you see me doing something, if I don't say it's a free pattern, I almost can guarantee you dollar to donuts. I got it on Etsy. Etsy's really good. And Pinterest. The downside to Pinterest, and I may get hate for this, but Pinterest has a lot of charts with a color code that somebody has scanned in, or I don't know if it's Russian or exactly what language it is, because I have to translate it to English, but they have scanned in whole dang magazines, and they're good quality. You know what I'm saying? They're like, it's kind of like bootlegged, and I don't want to use that word really, but I don't know how to describe it. But if you go on Pinterest, there is thousands and thousands and thousands of patterns: crochet, quilting, cross stitch, DIY. I mean, it's there. Pinterest is a honeypot, but if you go on Pinterest, be prepared to be there for hours. I'm not even joking, because you take one, say you click on a pattern, like I've done this, I click on a crochet pattern, right? Well, when you do that, if you keep scrolling down, it shows you other crochet patterns like it. And then you click on it, oh, I found another one. It'll take you to another one and another one, and before you know it, 3 hours have gone by and you haven't done a dang thing. So yes, that has happened. So, but honestly, I should feel bad about sometimes using Pinterest, but I don't. And I know I'm gonna get flack for that, but it's there on the internet. I'm gonna borrow it. If I was taking the patterns and selling them, that'd be one thing. But for personal use, I don't know. So anyway, yes. What else was I gonna say? Oh, Anne has survived the baby shower and the maternity pics for her daughter. Mm, brilliant. I love them. She looks gorgeous. Anne is our residential, one of our, I don't know what you call her. She's just here. She's one of the YouTube family members, just like Miss Beth, Miss Janice, my regulars, I guess you would say. Anne is part of my life. We've never met personally, but we email, Facebook. I feel like she's one of us. So her daughter's pictures just, oh my gosh, they're gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So she was busy doing that. What else can I show you? Oh, sorry, I gotta shake the table. I started piecing my quilt together. These were supposed to be log cabin blocks, but I didn't have enough fabric to keep going to make it square, so I had to figure out something. So I decided to come out with this. This starts as a log cabin, and then I put a sashing, and then a log cabin block and a sashing, right? And the next row will be starting with a sashing, so it'll be offset, because I don't want to have to match a ton of seams. I ain't here for that. So with it offset, I don't have to struggle bust the seams as hard. Yeah. And I've watched, I got down another rabbit hole of watching YouTube quilters and stuff. And there is like so many quilters that I watch that I'm like, they just sew. They don't even iron till the end. And all their stuff nests beautifully. Everything is just perfect. So my thought is, am I ironing too much? Am I trying to overthink the seams? Because when I nest seams, I pin the heck out of it. Let me see if I've got us an example up here. Y'all, if you could see my table, y'all be like, sunshine, honey. Yeah, it's horrible. It is. But that's the way I work. I don't really have a way to show you seams. Okay, let's just pretend. Let's pretend these match, okay? But see, I try to nest them and everything, and I'll even pin them, and they're still kind of lacking. I've gotten better. I have gotten better, but I still feel like, my problem is I overthink. And I've got to realize that these quilts are not show quilts. They're going home with people that will love them and appreciate them. And, I appreciate them taking them home. So, I've got to realize that. So, anyway, I'm going to try to finish working on this quilt. And then I've got a request for a teal and gray quilt. So I'm gonna have to go to Goodwill and find some material. I don't think I've got much on hand, which is fine. I'll take care of it, An excuse to go to Goodwill is a great excuse, right? So, other than that, my Mr. Sunshine's work uses FedEx pretty often, and I don't think I've ever used a FedEx, right? And I expressed to him how much I am hating the way the USPS is. They hate their jobs. They make it very known they hate their jobs. They can't help me package my packages, right? And I guess that's not their job technically. But the Abilene post office just hates it, everything. When I was using the Clyde post office, they would help me package. So I was expressing to Mr. Sunshine that I said, I hate this because I never know how to ship something the best way. And I just put it in a bag or a box and just hope for the best. And I was like, oh, he goes, let's go to FedEx. Let's just go to FedEx. And I said, isn't it going to be expensive? He goes, depends on what, it just depends. So we walk into the FedEx, and let me tell you, the lady that greeted me was super nice. She had the stylish purple glasses like I do. Can't go wrong with that. She was so helpful and just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And she's like, well, how fast do you need to get it there? And I said, it's not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry, even though this package was supposed to be mailed like 100 years ago. Sorry, Miss Janice. Sorry. She goes, well, the slowest I can get it there is Thursday. And she told me the price. And my jaw dropped. And she was giggling. She's like, is that budget friendly? And I said, are you serious? I said, that is fantastic. And she goes, yeah. And she's cute as butt. And I wanted to squeeze her, but I wasn't. And I was just like, wow. Wow. Why have I not been doing this before now? She helped me make sure it got in the proper package. She made sure everything was good. The only dilemma is she said I couldn't use my P.O. box as a return address. She said I can have a return address to them, because I told her sometimes I mail packages out for, my request or commissions or whatever you want to call it. And I said, I don't want them to know my address. And she goes, that's not a problem. They can mail it here and we can get it to you. And I said, okay. Now, Miss Janice, I don't care if she has my home address. I encourage her to have my home address so she can come and see me. So it doesn't bother me. But, if random people that need an item or something, I don't want them to know my home address. That's why I use a P.O. box. I've been on YouTube for 13 years, and I prefer a P.O. box. Actually, I think next month will be 14 years. November of 2011. So next month will be 14 years. And I've just had a P.O. box. You don't want random people knowing your address. It's just not cool. Now, the people I trust, I have no problem with it. But other people, no, I don't think so. I don't want anybody showing up at my door. And I sure as heck don't want anybody coming through my door. Because if they're stupid enough to come through my door, they're leaving in a body bag. Plain and simple. In Texas, we have the right to defend our home. And that's what we're going to do. So, anyway, that is what I've got going on. If you haven't tried the FedEx, go take a peek-see. They'll help you and get you a really good price. I'm thinking if I would have sent it, a little bit faster, which is their normal rate or whatever, it would have been there today or tomorrow, and it wouldn't have been much more. I was like, that is so cool. Absolutely cool. They have all the packing materials, everything. They're now my new shipping people. Love them. Love them. So anyway, I'm going to try to start making more of these and trying to sell maybe some of these. They're super squishy and just thick. Look at that. They're so thick. So, the loop packages I was looking at online, you can get themes. I think it's something called Acorns and something or other, but they have theme packs where you can get red, white, and blue loops for 4th of July. And being American, we do that. Some countries don't, and that's okay. there's Christmas ones, there's Easter ones. I mean, I was like, oh, this is nice. I need to try to get that done. So anyway, I hope y'all have a blessed day. Take care, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.